At this time, we're going to have the commencement speech by Ms. Cheryl Mass. Hey.
Hey. You know, when they asked me to do this, I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't do this. But the more I thought about it, I do want to share my journey a little bit, and also to help my fellow sisters that I have grown to know a little bit of, and the people out there. And I want to touch bases on little things I wrote down, so just bear with me a little bit. As I started this journey on the pathway to financial transformation, I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how to achieve it. It's a journey that requires sacrifice and discipline. Now, we got to be a little honest about the sacrifice part. It's not easy. No, it's really not. It's like trying to lose weight. You're trying to stay disciplined, but you keep staring at your favorite candy bar. In my case, it's a pair of shoes.
Amen.
One of the things I learned in this process is you have to do what works for you, not what works for anyone else, no matter what that looks like. I don't care how bad it looks, how silly it looks. That's only to us. It's not to anyone else. It's okay to look any way it looks. When I start putting my budget together, which I learned a little more through LAFCU, I learned a lot of things. Honestly, I hadn't even thought about before. I tried to stick to the budget. But it's okay, because you don't always stick to it. You have to deviate, you have to come back. You have to readjust, but never stray away from it. One of my biggest motivators was my credit score. It wasn't bad, but when I looked at it and when I learned what it could be, I personally, myself, was determined. I want this particular score, and I'm going to do what I need to do to get to that score. So it became my struggle, you know, and then I'm sitting here looking at things that's holding me back. And I needed the help. I couldn't do it by myself for 30 years. I'm constantly doing it by myself, and it ain't working. And then here comes LAFCU. The opportunity is there for all of us. They're offering you everything. You just have to be willing to take it. Another habit I picked up was monitoring my debit card every month. Now I compare my debit card, my transactions, for what I did the month before. And I was so disgusted with myself. Absolutely disgusted. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is a blip. You paid, these were bills, and none of all these here ain't got nothing to do with bills. That's on me. That's where the discipline comes on. That's where the purpose comes, because you have to do this class on purpose. And you know, you might have to do it more than once, but everybody can do it, because if I can do it, trust me, you all can do it.
And it's free.
And it's free. Another truth is realizing you can't do everything. You can't support everything. You cannot be there for everybody.
Talk about it.
You have to do yourself first. You have to learn to say, no, I can't. Sometimes you have to lock into being financially comfortable for yourself. You don't have to have what everyone else has. Only what you want and what you need. The journey isn't a competition. It's a lifestyle for yourself. And when you start to see things changes, when you actually visualize the progress, you start to love yourself and like yourself a little more. You feel better, you stand better. Oh, truly, all that happens. At this point in my life, it's not just about avoiding financial stress. It's about freedom, peace, joy in my heart. I want to move when I want to move, and I want to make the decisions that I want to make without feeling any financial stress. And for anyone here who might be thinking about buying your first home, check into it. Find out what you need. Don't be afraid. Everything you need is right here. The people to ask. It's not don't be afraid. Don't be embarrassed. You have the resources right here, LAFCU. They'll walk you through the process. I'll admit, the first time, I was embarrassed. I didn't know how to come and say, this is what I look like. Now, it's such a habit. I just come in and say, hey, it's me again. We start all over. We get it all together. You know what I mean? You go back and you just start over. It's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And one of the things, you always know when you need the help. So don't wait until you're drowning. Listen for the whispers. Because when you hear the whispers and you act on it then, you don't have to respond to the screams, because they will come. I've learned to pause and ask a few things for myself. Simple questions. I'm an impulse spender. Seriously. I went to get an oil change and came back with a car. You know what I'm saying? Just ridiculous stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously. It's that ridiculous. So I go in stores. Really. Buy 2, get 1 free. Somebody asked me one time, Cheryl, why do you have all that stuff in your cupboard and you don't even have to eat it? And I really looked in the cupboard. I don't know. I think it was buy 2, get 1 free. You know, that's just what you do. So now I ask myself, do you have the money for that? Do you really need it? Can it wait until you get paid? Because I'm another thing. I put this much money aside off the top. Because they tell you, pay yourself off the top. I do. And then I can go in the store, I can go somewhere, and I can look at something, or even someone can need something. It's not just me. I have a habit of helping others. And I will do it before I do for myself. But I've told myself how I was going to do it and how I was going to put the money back. I made all this in my head. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know where I got that from. I don't know how all that was getting back. Again, then I have to start all over. Is it in my budget? It's not. That's the part of sacrificing. Really, if you can just sacrifice for yourself, you'll go a long way. Don't let your fears overwhelm your desires. You'll never know what you're capable of unless you try. I want to thank LAFCU, my credit union for life. They don't just talk to talk, they walk the journey with you. In fact, I took this class twice. Not because I had to, but because the accountability. Every 2 weeks I knew I needed to show up and be better than I was the last 2 weeks. And that's what the transformation really looks like. Small steps taken consistently until one day you realize just how far you've come. The pathway to financial transformation is there. You just have to choose to take it. Real change doesn't happen all at once. It happens the moment you decide not to quit. And my favorite closing is this. Don't forget to pray and tell someone you love them today. And remember, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Woo!
Hello, everybody, and congratulations, class of 2026. Hey! I'm Tanya Griffin. I help Sheila. I am the Community Financial Education and also Executive Assistant. Today I'm going to be doing the presentation and the certificate and gifts for the class of 2026. Okay, so when I call y'all name, I just need y'all to come up, please, and stand here, and then we're gonna give you your certificate. And the first person we're gonna call is Alyssa Atkins. Ashley Huff. Cheryl Mass. This is her second time, so she already know what you're doing. Courtney Richardson. Sharice Johnson. I would like to also give honor to the graduates that was not able to come today, which are Brittany Cornish White. And applause for her. Jessica Kyle. Kiyasa Gray. And Tahid Nazi. 2026 graduates. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, before we do the closing remarks, I would like to give each student the opportunity to come and to share their journey. So who wants to go first? Come on. All right,
Not good at this, but I'm gonna go. Okay, so if you would have met me a couple years ago, you probably wouldn't be looking at the same person. My life looked very different. My priorities were different, and honestly, my direction wasn't clear. But somewhere along the way, I made a decision, and I wanted more for myself. More stability, more purpose, and more growth. And that decision changed everything. A big part of the journey has been my time at LAFCU. What started as just a job turned into something so much bigger, and it became a place where I learned how to show up, not just for members, but for myself too. Through financial education, I started to really understand what it means to build a strong foundation. Not just talking about money, but confidence, discipline, and long-term thinking. Things that carry over into every part of life. Last year I became a certified credit union financial counselor. In ways I didn't expect. It wasn't just about passing a test, it was about learning how to have real conversations, how to meet people where they are, and how to learn, or how to help them see what's possible for their future. And then there's the Pathways for Financial Transformation class. I can honestly say that this class has been one of the most impactful experiences that I've had. It gave me tools But more than that, it gave me perspective. It helped me connect the dots between my past, my present, and where I'm going. It made me slow down and really look at my habits, my mindset, and my goals, and not in a judgmental way, but in a way that really encouraged growth. I've gotten so much out of this class: confidence, clarity, and a stronger sense of purpose. It reminded me that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens in small, consistent choices every single day. Today, I'm in school full-time for business administration. I'm working full-time, and I'm continuing to grow in my career, and I'm actively building a future I'm proud of. And the best part, I'm not just doing it for myself anymore. I get to help others do the same. I get to sit across from people and say, I get it, I've been there, and you can move forward from here. And that means everything to me. My journey isn't perfect, and it's definitely not finished, but it's real, and for the first time, it feels like it's mine.
Yeah.
Next.
All right, Courtney!
Sing it out, sing it out.
Just like sing it out.
Sing it out, girl. Sing it out.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Good evening, everyone. My name is Courtney, and this is also my second time taking this class. Since the last class, I am proud to say that I've paid off my car. And I've gotten a little bit better with budgeting. Not perfect, but better. The first time I took the class, I can honestly say that I just had so much going on, and I didn't take this class and make it a priority. So before 2026 came in, I told myself that 2026 is personal. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and most importantly, financially. This class has been such a blessing and taught me some valuable information. Stuff that I knew, but also some new things that I will keep with me. One important thing I have learned is through this class, we are all in different stages of life. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. The only goal that we have is to be financially better. So do what you feel you need to do to keep on track or to help you to achieve your goals. You may mess up along the way, but you have to get back up and try again, no matter your age or even where you work. Don't be ashamed. It's a journey and a process to unlearn old and bad habits, but we got this. This day moving forward, I do plan on using the tools and resources that we have been given, and you possibly may see me in another class. But I do want to say thank you to LAFCU and all my classmates and all the speakers, because this has been a wonderful opportunity.
Go, Courtney.
Yeah, that's me. We had to practice. Okay. So when I first started this class, I thought it would just be a basic finance class about, just tips on saving and just the basic financial class type topics. But it turned out to be much more about changing how I think about money. At the beginning, I didn't really have a clear plan. Budgeting felt overwhelming, and I wasn't always confident in my financial decisions. I mostly handled things as they came. One of the biggest turning points for me was learning how to create and actually use a budget. Thank you, LAFCU. The resources that they provided were actually helpful. I've seen others use others, but the resources that they provided were actually helpful. They helped me understand where my money was going and showed me that I have more control than I realized. Since then, I've been more intentional with my spending and more thoughtful about my financial choices. Perfect, and I have to adjust along the way, but I'm learning what works for me. The biggest thing that I'm taking from this class, this experience, is a mindset shift. I feel more confident, more aware, and more in control of my finances. Thank you, LAFCU. Moving forward, my goal is to stay consistent, keep building better habits, and create long-term stability for myself and my family, especially my baby boy, Josiah. Mommy loves you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alyssa. I want to congratulate my fellow classmates and thank you, I want to say thank you to all the speakers. I don't have anything written out or planned. I just want to say I'm very grateful for the class. I'm so glad that Sheila reached out to me. I started with me applying, seeing her on the news, and I applied for a grant that she was talking about. And I said, let me see, what this is all about. I had no clue that there was a class involved. And after, the contest and they chose a person, she reached out to me and told me about the class. And I was like, okay, well, I have been struggling financially. It's something I've been kind of going back and forth with for a while. So I said, sometimes it's good to have community. You can't do everything by yourself. So let me see what the class is about. And it was just way more than I ever expected it to be. It was really long, but it was really good. I really enjoyed, I look forward to the bi-weekly classes that we had, and the speakers were all just so amazing. I learned so much information. Like, I have a notebook full of just information from our bi-weekly meetings, and I'm just grateful. I've been able to, even though I got work to do still, I've paid off a couple of loans, so I'm very happy about that. It motivates me. It motivates me that, I can pay off one, I paid off two, so now I can work on my, couple of the more that I have left, I can work on those. It just motivates you, and when you have a group of people surrounding you and supporting you and encouraging you, it just makes it that much easier. So I just want to thank LAFCU and thank you, Sheila, Tanya, thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. You got this?
In the beginning, I chose to do this class due to I wanted to be more financially responsible, not only for me, but for my kids, my family, and be able to share my knowledge with them. But as time went on, I learned so much about debt, needs, and wants, credit. Since taking this class, I have helped my partner save money up, and he was able to buy his car yesterday, right out, no penalty. He was able to put $10,000 down because I told him what the things he needed to do, not to do, what not to spend, how to save, how to budget, and that's all due to last year. That's really it.
Because when we help ourselves, we help others.
That was my whole point of taking this class, because I'm a really cheap and frugal person.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I got the email, I said, oh, let's start first class, whatever. I can learn a little more.
Absolutely.
And then I'm a partner,
Absolutely.
and I further, I got my kids in bank accounts, I got money going into the accounts for them now.
Absolutely.
Because I'm a member here too, so. I just want to say thank you to Sheila and thank you to LAFCU.
Tell you something funny about Sheree. Now, we've been doing this since August. Was it August, September? Anyway, she walked in the room today, and I look at her, and I'm like, hey girl, good to see you in person. Her mom said, hey Sheila. I'm like, oh, she just heard me say my name. Then I started looking at her, I'm like, don't I know you? I've been knowing her since before she was probably born. Yeah. I have been knowing them forever. 37 years, because you enjoy. Same age. Yeah. So Mama, we can see you next time? Oh, it's nationwide. You ain't got to Really. We had someone in Georgia last year, and the year before was like Colorado or in Illinois. Yeah.
So we finally almost about to wrap it up. We're gonna have our closing remarks. First, we're gonna have Robyn Howell. And then we're gonna have Kelli Ellsworth Etchison, who's my boss lady. And then last but not least, we're gonna have Shelia Scott again. Thank you. And can y'all come in that order, please, and thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I know, right? Hey, Kelly, I'm gonna have you just come up. What you say? They want to hear from me again. Well, it's so great to share this evening with you guys. And again, congratulations. We are so proud of you. Thank you for sharing your stories. And don't stop. You know, a lot of you talked about how your journey, you recognize that it started with just small steps, and today is not the destination. It's just part of your continued journey. So don't let it stop. It's just the beginning, and I love you, the last one, how, I mean, you done already paid it forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so share, you know, we all have people in our lives that can benefit from this class. I know my oldest daughter, she was a graduate a couple of years ago, and at the time when she went through, I think she was like 23 or 24, and I got two. I'm still working on the younger one, but I was just so proud of her to commit to going through it, because for her to learn what you guys have learned in her 20s, hopefully, you know, that will establish a better foundation than what I had when I was in my 20s, and, you know, set her up on a path for success as she continues throughout adulthood. But we are so proud of you. Like it's been said tonight, we are your credit union for life. And if you're not a member, we encourage you. We would love to have you come and join the family so that we can take care of you. We have a lot of products and services and things that we offer that you're not going to find anywhere else. Our 99 ODP NSF, our credit card products, our 10-6 mortgage arm, like the list goes on. But it's not just so that we can sell you something. We want to partner with you and partner with you on your financial journey, whatever that means and whatever that looks like for you. So without further ado, Ms. Kelly, come on up, and congratulations again.
This is one of my favorites. I'm Kelli Ellsworth Etchison. Apparently Tanya Griffin's boss lady.
That's right.
She don't know how to call me my name, I'll tell you. But this is one of my favorite nights. I was exhausted when I came down here tonight, and as soon as I walked in and I went over to see you all in the room next door, as soon as I walked in, you guys energized me. It was like, oh my God, this is why we do what we do. This is it. And, you know, Robyn touched on so many things. And Cheryl, we just need to bring you on into the LAFCU family, because you were like mortgages, you were naming off the products. But when I hear, you know, people taking this class multiple times, for those that may not know, this is an 8-month-long class. So when someone takes it more than once, they are really serious, yes. They're invested in themselves. And it just made me think about a movie, your favorite movie. And you might see it more than once, and every time you might pick up something different that you didn't pick up the very first time you saw the movie. That's what this class is. For those that are saying, you know what, I'm going to do this again. Because, Cheryl, you and I have had conversations before, and you're like, I need to, like, re-fortify, basically, like, the things I've learned so that it sticks. Because it's a habit. It's about how you keep investing in yourself. And when Shelia said, you know, when she first started here, I gave her this project and said, here, you build it. We have been doing financial literacy. I had an idea of how we could do a longer term class. But I told Shelia, I said, you take this class. This is how I would kind of like it to be done. But at the end of the day, make it your own. I want you to make it your own. And Shelia, before you even sit down, you might as well come on up here too. Because this is as much. This is as much about what Shelia has built. I'm not taking any credit for this. I came up with a concept and gave it to her, but Shelia built this. And so this is as much about her as it is you, because especially for those that took it twice, that also says a lot about the instructor, who also is showing up every 2 weeks for 8 months, year after year, because she's invested in you as much as you are in yourselves. And so we appreciate you, we celebrate you. This is huge. Hearing that car loans have been paid off, loans have been paid off, credit scores increased, savings increased, like passing on the knowledge, and now there's $10,000 saved that can be put down on, like that is, yes. I mean, really and truly, I could actually break down and cry. That's how proud I am of you all and the program that we offer. And I tell Shelia all the time, because Shelia would love for it to be 100 people in this class. And I tell her all the time, you know what, who's meant to be here is who's here. And don't be discouraged, because what you're imparting is making such a difference. And Ashley, I'm just gonna single you out for a second. Because you know what, we could talk our own selves out of something if we wanted to. And we had last class, we had an employee in the class, we had two in this class. Two in this class. But to be an employee at a financial institution and then go through a financial literacy program, you could talk yourself out of it and say, you know what, I should probably already know this. I'm not gonna go through this. I'm gonna say what courage that takes to say, I'm doing this. Not only for myself and my family, but for the members that you serve.
That's what I wanted to do it for.
Yes, and so that's so huge. And so thank you for that, because that was on your own time at night doing that for 8 months. So appreciate you. Yeah. And I'll let Shelia, she's gonna do some acknowledgments of some other people that is here, but I'm going to acknowledge one person you probably was going to acknowledge anyways. But Marvin, Sheila's husband. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm acknowledging you. Because you know what? To do things at night when you are working and you also need your family support. But not only does he give her that support, but he comes to every graduation class. He comes to every single one. And that says something. When you've got that support at home, that gives you that wind in your sail to keep doing what you're doing. And then it also helps when he can hear the impact that his wife is making on lives of people in our community. That's huge. So kudos. Shelia now has a partner in crime in Tanya. Tanya done got them marching in like a whole nother, like a whole nother level. We couldn't even hear the pomp and circumstance music. But anyway, congratulations again. We're very proud of you. We're proud of our program. Like Robyn already said, and Shelia has said, tell somebody, because this program is so impactful and it is free. And we're investing in you because we know that a strong community means that everybody else is stronger. And particularly, I'm going to speak just for a second, then I'm going to step away. Robyn touched on this a little bit when she said our board has given a directive of financial literacy. But our board has also given a directive of how we show up and serve our underserved communities. Because what we do know is that if you want to solve crime, it's not throwing more police in those neighborhoods. It's how we show up and invest in the people in those neighborhoods. Because when people have hope, then they can live with hope. When people have no hope, when no one's investing, when no one cares about their neighborhoods, when you can go, you know, I used to live on the southwest side. My house backed up to Waverly Road. And I sat on my porch and faced the entrance into Hunter's Ridge. So anyone in that area know where I live. And I lived there for 20 years. And when I could walk to 8 liquor stores within like a mile and a half from my home, that is not how most communities are that neighbor Lansing. That sickens me and it makes me angry that our communities can be treated that way with that level of disrespect. And so when we show up and invest in our community and prop our communities up, that's when crime will go down. But if we continue to treat people without hope, don't give them food, don't give them adequate housing, don't bring jobs to their communities, that's where the breakdown is. And so when we show up as responsible corporate citizens and do what is really in our heart to do, that's where change happens. And so that's why I'm so proud of this program. I'm so proud of the work that Sheila has built, and now having Tanya on, and then all of the speakers that come and speak and pour into our students, class after class. That's where real change happens. Thank you.
Yes, I just want to say a few things before I do the closing remarks. On May 1st, we're going to have a grant. We're going to give 4 people $2,500. The money will go towards paying off your debt, so no, you won't get the $2,500, but it will go towards you paying off your debt. All you have to do is write a 500-word essay. This 500-word essay, and we will give you the questions that you need to answer in the essay. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to be part of this class. It's open to anyone in Michigan. So that's something to keep your eyes out for. Again, it's going to be May 1st. As soon as I have more information, you guys will get it first before anyone else. So with that, again, I am just so grateful to each of you for sticking with me through these past 8 months. I hope you enjoy the gifts that's in your bag. The book that Chris Johnson talked about, the Rest, Eat, and Move, that book is in there. I also gave you guys some tissue because I know you're going to be crying next Thursday when you don't get to see me. So I put some tissue in there so you guys can dry your eyes because I'm going to miss you too. Thank you. Yeah, so you guys do. You have my phone number. You have my email address. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. I still got all the PowerPoints that everybody did, so if you guys still need those, you can't find yours, you can't find an email, just call me or shoot me an email. And at this time, I would just like to say, LAFCU staff would like to extend a sincere thank you and well wishes to the 5th graduating class of LAFCU's Pathway to Financial Transformation program. It has been a pleasure getting to know each of you, watching you transform your financial life. We wish you nothing but the very best success for you and your family in the future. A sincere thank you to all the presenters. We got one here tonight. Dawn, would you like to come up and say something?
Well, I just thank you so much for LAFCU inviting me to be one of the presenters. I'm with Green Path Financial Wellness. We provide ongoing support for all of you as you're continuing your financial journey. I am appreciative of you allowing me to come in and talk with you twice. And congratulations to everyone. What an amazing accomplishment.
Do we have any more presenters?
Laura's here.
Laura, oh yeah, Laura is new this year. She was one of our new presenters. And she's also an employee here.
It is such a pleasure to be here, and I'm so happy to see the smiling faces, the signs of success. I know each of you are going to do amazing things. The education that you've received through this program is life-transforming and life-changing, and if you hold on to those principles, you will go so far. It was a joy for me to even, I think I presented on lending, which is something I'm very passionate about, but don't let this be the end. Let this, as Sheila said, this is the beginning of a fantastic journey for you. Again, use the tools you've been given and share the information and tell others about the great things that we're doing here at LAFCU. Thank you so much.
Hello, congratulations everybody. I would like to say I'm really proud of this one right here. I've been here since the very beginning, supporting Sheila on this outreach. She is passionate about it. You guys did a great job. I got to present on accounts and those kinds of things. Come see us. We would be happy to help you. You guys should be very proud of your journey. Good job. Great speeches by everyone.
Congratulations. And I just named the ones that's not here: Justin Tuck of our collections department, Russell Dawson, LPL Financial. So if you guys looking for investments or anything, Russell is who you definitely want to talk to. We also have Chris Johnson from On Target Living. If you got health issues or want to know what those numbers mean when you go to the doctor, contact one of them. They got the form. Mia Wright on Family Security Plan to make sure that you have the correct beneficiaries and that you do have life insurance and everything, because once that person is deceased, that income is gone. So she really touched on that. So if you guys looking for life insurance or anything, Mia, Zach Carson, Number First Mortgage. So if you guys looking the need for a mortgage, we have it all covered. Okay, so and again, a sincere thanks to all of the presenters for help making this program a success by offering the tools and resources needed to change the financial lives of our graduates. Again, congratulations. At this time, I need you guys to stand. All right, now, turn to the audience.
Play the music.
All right, now. Kelli S., are we ready? In the center. Need you to take your tassels from the right to the